Hi, guys. Good morning.
We'll start with Coach Bluter's opening statement, and then we'll go to the players' questions.
All right. Well, obviously, the competition heats up quite a bit now, facing a team that's ranked in the top 10. And it's, I think, one of the most, it's one of the premier matchups of the non-conference season nationally. Virginia Tech obviously being in the Final Four last year. And I think they're better than they were last year because of what they've added to their mix. But we're going against one of the best point guards and centers in the country. Kitley, their center, not only is she 6'6", but she's super hard to guard because she has this step-back fadeaway that's incredibly difficult to defend. And then also Georgia Moore, their point guard. I think she's very similar to Caitlin in that she likes that step-back three, going to her left. Very similar players. But they've put around those guys two very good shooters. Eck transferred from Michigan State. Very good three-point shooter. And King has always been there, but always, again, a very good three-point shooter. So they have three women that can shoot the three ball really well on the floor with an outstanding center and a really good Rose. Power forward Rose, who transferred from Minnesota, who's an outstanding rebounder.
Question for both players.
Do players first.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, question for both of the players. I know early in the basketball season, a lot of teams are, playing some of those tune-up games, and basketball fans across the country are kind of looking for these matchups. What is your guys' excitement level to play in a marquee game like this? It's got its own name, the Ally Tip-Off, and it's just your game. It's not like a tournament or anything like that.
Yeah, I think, like Coach Bluter said, it's two teams that are ranked in the top 10, two teams that made it to the Final Four, and I feel like as a competitor, as a player, these are the games that you want to play in, that you live for, and these are the games that the fans want to watch, people want to come to. We're playing on national TV, so it's going to be a great game, a great environment, and just going to grow the game even more.
Yeah, it's great to start the season off with this and, get fans excited for college women's basketball again. We're kind of starting off where we left off last year, so it's really exciting, and we obviously know they're a really good team, and we're going to go in there and we're going to, do what we do. We're going to play Iowa basketball, and we're really excited to start the season off.
Kate, what's the challenge to have somebody like Kitley there in the middle that just sort of takes up all the air?
Yeah,
really?
She draws a lot of attention, obviously, so we're going to need to help our posts as much as we can, and whenever you have a big player in there like Kitley, obviously rebounding is going to be a key as well. So we obviously know we have some challenges to face with a few great, all of their players are really good, but she obviously does draw a lot of attention, and so we're going to need to be physical down there with her, and we believe in our posts, and we've been working on them. Coach Bluter and Coach Jay have been getting us prepared to play against, someone like her of her caliber, so we're ready for it.
Gabbie, generally you tend to get the toughest assignment on the defensive side. What have you seen from Georgia Moore, on film? What do you like about her game? What are going to be the challenges for you as a defender?
Yeah, I think she does have similarities to Caitlin, and it helps having to guard Caitlin every day in practice. You're getting the best of the best every day. So, I take on the role of guarding the best player day in and day out, so it's nothing too new. She is really good, but I think we're doing a few things to help kind of try to slow her down.
Is she similar to somebody that you've played against recently? Somebody in the Big Ten or?
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Yeah, just the step back threes, the quick shot, shooting really good off ball screens. So, yeah.
I know it's still early in the season, but just as far as getting pieces kind of intermixed and everything, how have you guys seen just, a Sharon step up, a Hannah step up, and even an Addie step up in the race?
I think it helps us that we have some versatility down there. We can have Hannah play at the 5, and go a little smaller, and she's very quick and can drive from the perimeter and get rebounds. And we have Sharon, who's super physical down there as well, really big body, and same with Addie. And so, it helps to be able to switch it up a little bit, and, each 5 is going to give us a different look. So, we got to keep the other teams on their toes, and I think it's really fun and exciting that we can do that.
What have you guys seen from Sharon as far as improvements from last year? Or is she just kind of back to where she was when she was a freshman?
I think she's just gained a lot of confidence. That year coming back off of an injury, sometimes it's a little scary. You have to get your feel back and, know that if you fall, you're going to be okay. You're not going to get re-injured, and you have to really trust yourself. And we've seen Sharon make some leaps and strides this past summer and during this preseason, and it's been really fun to see her gain her confidence back and get that quickness back. And, she is so physical. Like, our Gray Squad always talks about how it is not fun banging down there with Sharon, so it's been fun to, see her grow in that way.
I've seen some similar growth from Kylie as she's come back from the injury too.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the same thing with her, Obviously, when you come back from an injury, you're a little bit hesitant, And so I think, she's gotten all the jitters out and everything. We had the 3 games in the summer, which helps, and the 10 extra practices, which helped her kind of gain her confidence back. And I think she's been doing really well, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
She looks really confident out there to me, so.
Was there ever a moment where you're like, okay, wow, she's back? And I guess that sort of goes for Sharon too. Like, has there ever been sort of something that you see where you're like, oh, they're at 100% now?
Just the quickness that she
Yeah.
has going to the basket. Kylie has a really, really quick first step, and she's had a string of pretty good practices, so I think she looks really good out there to me.
Is this game gonna be kind of fun for you guys?
Every game's fun for us. We love it. Yeah, we're excited. First road game as well, so neutral court, obviously, but we think every game's fun. And a top 10 matchup? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's very fun.
Some of these early season games you play a top 10 team there can be a little bit of rust in those type of games. Do you guys feel like maybe you're more prepared for the season? You get the Europe trip, you get the game against DePaul, which was a full game and then another exhibition. Do you feel like maybe you're more prepared for this season compared to other years where this could be really kind of one of your early first games of the season?
I think having those 10 extra practices definitely helps. We go into each season with the same mindset, and I think we're, if we have rust, so do these other teams. You see it, with every single team. It's the beginning of the season, but these kind of games help us get ready for March, and that's what's most exciting for them, or about them.
Thanks, Kate and Gabbie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See you in a little bit.
See ya.
Any questions for Coach Al?
Can you use your scouting report from last spring on Virginia Tech?
A little bit, yeah. We did, throughout the summer when we were working on fundamentals, we would just pull something from their scout from last year to work on it. So, why not, right? You're working on fundamentals anyway, so you might as well work on something you're going to face. And so, they've only played one exhibition game like we have, and so we don't have a lot to go on for this year. I don't think they showed a lot in their exhibition, just like we didn't show, or in their first game, just like we didn't show a whole lot in our first game either.
If a team's going to add transfers, is it helpful that they're both Big Ten players that you've went up against?
Yeah, I think it is. We do know their style. We've played against them several times, so yeah, I think it does help.
Coach Brooks said when he was first approached about playing this game, he was lukewarm about it and didn't want to play such a good team this early. How when you were approached, what was your reaction?
I was excited about this opportunity. And actually, we committed to it before we had the opponent. And so, they were trying to get a lot of different people to come in here. I heard NC State, Tennessee, Virginia Tech, obviously. So I was ready to play this game against what we knew was going to be a great opponent, no matter who it was. I think we got the best of the crop that they were talking about when they signed Virginia Tech, though. I think Kenny does a great job, and I think this is a really good basketball team.
This is obviously just kind of the first premier matchup for you guys this season. Is there something specifically you're hoping to kind of just learn about this team?
It's not really learn about the team, in my opinion. It's more just giving yourself a test, giving yourself an opportunity to, see where you are this time of year. It's a national attention game. It's a game where, it'll help you win or lose, in my opinion, come March because of that you scheduled it, that you played it. It'll give us an opportunity to show some weaknesses for ourselves, and it'll give us it's kind of a good barometer,
Can Caitlin, I think, mentioned the other day that the Virginia Tech is similar to you guys. What similarities do you see in what they do compared to you guys? Is there really a close similarities?
Yeah, it's funny. Kenny and I were sitting next to each other recruiting this summer, and we were kind of laughing about it because I said to him about the same time he said to me, "Your team really reminds me of our team," and we both feel that way. We're very similar, especially I think last year. Kitley just has the advantage this year because of her experience, where last year I think we mirrored each other very much.
Coach, with how much the university and athletic department get from the sold-out crowds, the TV deal we're going to see tomorrow, how have you seen kind of the respect and attention they give you and the coaching staff in return kind of grow since the tournament run?
I don't really see our administration changing their views on us. I see the fans changing their views. I think they're a little bit more excited and, about our program, as they should be, because I think we're an exciting team to watch, and, everybody likes to win, so why not, But I think our administration has always been behind our team, and then, we've had a change of administration this year with Beth coming in, and Beth has been absolutely terrific for us to work with.
Is there anything you'd like to see in terms of improvement, especially this season, how much the team's going to be in like public eye?
I think I think Carver needs a facelift, and I know they're working on that. I think our practice gym needs a facelift, and they're working on that. So I think they're doing everything they can do.
You mentioned Kitley and just the experience that she has down low and everything. What kind of challenges is that going to bring, especially, Hannah's still young, and you're obviously mixing in Addie and Sharon.
Right. Kelly, what she does, first of all, she's very experienced. She's 6'6", but what makes her so hard to guard is she has a fadeaway. So it's not like you can even, it's really hard to defend because you can be right there on her, but she creates room with this step back. It's a really hard shot, but she's perfected it. She's really good at it. She's very agile, and, they bring her out to the perimeter quite a bit. So all those things pose a little bit of issues for us.
You have several guards that you can use off the bench, whether it's Molly Davis, Kylie, Taylor. Sid can be considered a guard as well. Obviously, it's easy to get them playing time when you're up by 30, 40 in the season opener, but do you see that kind of the minutes dwindling, the amount of players that you use dwindling in a game against Virginia Tech?
I hope not. I really believe in, the depth that we have right now, and I want to utilize that depth. I think, Kyle, you're right. As the season goes on, coaches kind of settle into a top 8 or 9. I don't think we're there yet. And I think, it'd be nice if we wouldn't have to do that all year, but I can't predict what'll happen.
Some of it just come down to game by game. This game we might need 9 players. This game maybe we go with 7.
Right. I mean, that could happen in the future. I really, I don't know. I'd love to have the depth,
So what's your mindset for the players trying to guard the 3 ball that could be pretty dangerous tomorrow night?
What's the player's mindset?
What is your kind of game plan to get the players in that kind of mindset?
Well, it's part of our everyday practice philosophy is we don't want to let up open threes. And so that's something that we kind of drill every single day, not just for this game.
So have you seen the use of Caitlin on this team help some of those players day in and day out, especially with the three-point shooters?
Yeah, I think that having Caitlin on the floor helps all of our defense because, you're going against the best in the country, so how can it not improve you yourself?
I know at Big Ten Media Day you talked about just managing kind of the hype around things and the emotions, and was there almost a relief in just getting the season going and kind of just getting into actually playing games?
I think they were excited to get the season going because they were tired of playing against each other, and they're tired of playing against our practice squad of guys. And so I think they were just giddy to actually start the season. And they know now, it's for real. They know how fast it goes. We've talked a lot about enjoying the journey and not just focusing on the destination at the end. I think they're enjoying every step right now.
So you've got the game on Thursday night against Virginia Tech. Then you have to sort of turn it around pretty quick to UNI, and that's another road game. How do you manage that workload? How do you, especially this early in the season, how do you navigate something that quickly.
Yeah, and we're gonna get home late. It's, an 8 o'clock Eastern tip. So it's gonna be a late night for us before we get home. And then we turn around, we have practice at 10 o'clock the next morning. So, it's a quick turnaround, but I think at this point, in our practice, we really have to, like you say, it's up to us to manage the legs of our players. Again, it's early in the season, they're not fatigued yet. So I think that's to our advantage a little bit, but we know that that's going to be a really difficult game playing in a sold-out arena that's very, it's not small, but it's very cozy, And so I think that's going to be, a challenge for us to get our mindset, win or lose, ready to play UNI again.
It's not going to happen Thursday, but it could happen Sunday. Caitlin needs 59 points to catch Megan, all-time scoring. Did you think when Megan got to 2,800 that you'd ever have another player approach that, let alone, eventually blow it away?
Yeah, not until we signed Caitlin. I mean, I thought that record was pretty safe for a while. It's amazing how long it stood, and then Allie has it for a short time, and then Megan for not that long either. So, yeah, I didn't know that she was 59 points away. We'll see what happens this week.
This is sort of a dilemma of the way the game is played now, but you've got the big post that's a real problem with a high shooting percentage, and then you got a bunch of three-point shooters out there. How can you guard her without exposing yourself? I mean, it's sort of one or the other, isn't it?
Well, I feel like that's why they're so similar to us, is because I feel like we pose that problem to people. And I feel like they're very, again, that's why I think they mirror us very much.
Coach said that Coach Brooks said that both he and you are both old souls, and he doesn't expect either team to veer away from what they do,
Right.
to
Yeah,
play the other way. So
yeah.
agree?
I agree. I think we've both been around for a while, and we both have our philosophies, and we feel comfortable with that. And, I don't think that we're going to, make wholesale changes because of that.
When you talk about just like emphasizing and like enjoying the journey, not just the destination, like how do you get that across to the players?
Talking about it, just reminding them all the time, and be grateful in every single day, be thankful in every single day. Be thankful you get to go to practice, don't try to get through practice, you get to go to practice, not that you have to go to practice, and try to build that philosophy every single day. I think you got to talk about it with them and remind them constantly.
I don't know if you were asked about this earlier, but I saw you dressed up as Barbie for Halloween. Just what all went into that, I guess? How did that come about?
I dress up every year, and it's kind of become a tradition now. It's something that's fun. I feel like at the end of October, we've been practicing really hard for a long time. The players need some kind of comedy relief, and so let them laugh at me. I'd rather them laugh at me than each other. So,
How long have you been dressing up?
it's been years. Yeah, I mean it's been a long time.
Like the majority of your career here at Iowa?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's your favorite costume?
I was Ruth Bader Ginsburg one year. I thought that was a good one, but I also liked Flo. I thought she was a good one.
Like from Progressive?
Oh yeah, yeah. Gotta love that character.
From Alice.
Oh, I know you're dating yourselves if you remember that one.
What have you seen from Sharon? What has
Yeah.
has leapt off, from her that you've seen?
I just think Sharon, she's so strong. She's physical. She's a nice wide target for us. And she just is owning it right now. She's just taking control of it. And I love that. I want somebody that wants to step up and say, this is mine, I'm going to be here. And she has.
And with a player like Sharon, who is so strong and so physically imposing, do you think that she's got the quickness, athleticism for some of the more athletic bigs that you're going to see in the Big Ten this year?
That's going to be the challenge, in my opinion. That is going to be the challenge for sure. She's more of a back to the basket player. and less of a perimeter post player. So that will be a challenge.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.